Hey guys, welcome back to Reserved Investments on YouTube. Another brand new video from Jim Fresh Sean coming at you after 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I am very tired while I'm filming this, but I do want to get this video out there because it is important that I give you guys my commentary for those of you that follow this particular YouTube channel. So on March 10th, 2022, an article by Rich Mueller appeared on Sports Collectors Daily that's entitled eBay Plans to Open Vault for Cards, Hints at Fractional Market, and Live Breaks. Now, what I want you to focus on in this particular article is why eBay is going in the direction of opening up a physical vault for a lot of the buyers and sellers that operate on their marketplace. And this is going to be the subject of another upcoming video because we do need to talk about this because there's been some developments, especially in the past few years with the pandemic, that is really causing a lot of auction companies to go in this direction. And it is a unique development in the overall antiques and collectibles trade. So I'm going to be doing a sole video on the concept of vault storage, physical vault storage, and why it is important and why it is growing in demand among high-profile collectors and investors like myself. So we will cover that topic in an individual video. With that being said, I'm going to get right into this particular article. I'm going to read it out loud, and then we're going to discuss it. So here we go. You can add eBay to the list of collectible dealers to open a physical vault and marketplace. During an Investor Day presentation, the Northern California-based company said it will open a 31,000 square foot secure storage facility for trading cards and collectibles sometime within the next few months. Collectors will be able to store their items in the vault and offer them for sale with ownership transferring from seller to buyer in a matter of seconds. Like other vault marketplaces, such as those already in place at places like Golden, PWCC, and Alt, the process is targeted at higher value inventory. It's part of a larger strategy by eBay that will include planned features like fractionalization and live commerce. Spoiler alert, Sean of Reserved Investments is not a fan of fractional share marketplaces that deal with the antiques and collectibles trade. If you want to know why, I did do a whole video on that. I've done several, as a matter of fact, on this channel. But let me just give you the abridged version. Go and Google Merrill Lynch Athena Fund. You're going to get a whole list of interesting articles and facts that takes you back to the late 1980s and the early 1990s that talk about that particular fund that went belly up. In this day and age, it is still an unproven concept. A lot of these companies really need to show me that this is a proven concept before I will put any time or energy into recommending it. I also want to point out that in the antiques and collectibles trade, any of these items, and I don't care if you listen to any of the hype-driven channels, again, no disrespect, I'm just stating, any antique and collectible, even if it is an Action Comics 1, even if it's a very rare coin, even if it's a high-in-demand antique, collectible, whatever it is, you need to understand, it is by its nature an illiquid asset. When you invest in the antiques and collectibles trade, you are taking your money and you are putting it into an illiquid asset. If somebody comes along and they take that illiquid asset and they divide it up in the shares, you are making that illiquid asset even more illiquid, and then you are wrapping management fees around it. So that is one reason why, that's actually multiple reasons, why I am against fractional share investing in the overall antiques and collectibles trade. So going on, fractional share markets for sports cards and other collectibles have risen to popularity through sites like Collectible and Rally. eBay's vast inventory could potentially put a very large number of items onto such a platform. eBay expects its vault will hold up to $3 billion worth of assets in a few years, making it one of the largest stores of non-governmental assets in the world. eBay is also planning to offer a digital wallet service where customers can use proceeds from their sales to purchase their next item or pay their selling expenses. The company says it now has over 147 million buyers worldwide, with 28 million of those considered high value buyers. Now, I have no idea what eBay considers to be a high value buyer. I don't know if it would be someone like me. For those unaware, I do collect rare coins. I do collect rare pieces of currency, and I typically spend anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 on each item that I add to my collection. So I don't know if that's someone like me. I don't know if they're considering a high value buyer or a high value net worth buyer as somebody who pays even more than that to acquire one individual item. So I do not know eBay's definition on that. The article ends by saying, in its presentation, eBay also hinted that it has plans to soon offer live case breaks to card collectors in the near future, and indicated that one trading card is now sold on its marketplace at an average of every second of every single day. So there you have it. eBay's going big. eBay's going bold into this market. Now, it's very interesting. There is one thing that I want to bring up here because I think this is very important. This is an interesting talking point because a lot of the people that watch this channel, they may not have been around back in 1995 when eBay first offered its services. For those unaware, I know I look young. I am 45 years of age. Back when eBay premiered in September of 1995 under the name of Auction Web, I was actually a senior in high school. And at that particular time, I was one of the first early adopters that got on eBay. And I started making a lot of money just selling and burning and churning antiques and collectibles on a regular basis. Well, for those of you that don't know this, eBay had a lot of growing pains throughout the years of its development, especially right around the dot-com crash. Right after that, coming out of it, eBay kind of got away from the antiques and collectibles marketplace by and large. This was at a time when eBay started reaching out to a lot of well-known retailers and even computer and electronic manufacturers and tried to get them to open up storefronts on eBay and actually sell like refurbished items, refurbished computers, refurbished electronics, even like clothing that was being wholesaled or liquidated. eBay would go to those particular companies and say, hey, you can come on our platform. We'll reduce your selling fees if you manage to sell X number of volume worth of merchandise through us. So there was a time when eBay started to pivot away from the antiques and collectibles trade. Well, now in the year 2022, what's new is old again. What's old is new again. So we have this massive gigantuan gold rush in the antiques and collectibles market with alternate asset prices soaring that eBay sees this as an opportunity. And now they're saying, hey, let's jump head in and let's get back in to the antiques and collectibles trade full speed ahead. So this is a very interesting development to me. Before I go on or off this topic, I should say, I do want to touch on one other thing. Going back to vault storage, it is really interesting to me how the subject of private vault storage and ownership and that whole concept, that whole service aspect of that particular market as a potential aspect in the antiques and collectibles trade has risen dramatically just in the last 5 years. And I am going to be doing more videos on this because, spoiler alert, one thing that came out of the pandemic is a lot of banks are kind of showing that they no longer want to be in the safety deposit box business for the long term. There's a lot of banks that are trying to pull away from that potential business because it's actually putting a strain on their operations, because most banks can run more efficiently just if they have an online presence. They don't need a physical branch to offer loans, savings accounts, checking accounts, and allow you to make deposits. Everything's done electronically now. Safety deposit boxes, by way and large, are pretty much one of those business streams that actually require them to build a brick and mortar retail store. And this is something that a lot of banks want to get away from. Now, full disclosure, you guys know I collect high-end coins and currency. All of my particular items are stored in bank safety deposit boxes. But I am very interested in the development of physical vault storage provided by certain auction companies. So this is something that we are going to hit the nail on the proverbial head with in another upcoming video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you got something out of this. Quick note, the link to this article will be in the video description below. I'm curious to hear your comments. I'm curious to hear your take. Thank you and have a great night.